Hey guys! So I wanted to share a story with you, and it's a story that Jesus told his disciples. He tells them this story. A wealthy businessman is getting ready to go on a business trip. So what he does is he gets his three most trusted servants. He calls the first servant in, and he gives him 5 talents. The second one comes in, and he gives him 2 talents. The third one comes in, and he gives him 1 talent. So he goes away on his business trip. And when he returns a while later, the first servant comes to him and says, "Master, you gave me 5 talents and I went and put your money to work and I've gained 5 more. He's like, "Well done. I've been able to trust you with this. I can trust you with far more now." Second servant comes in and he says, "Hey, master, you gave me 2 talents and I went and put your money to work. I've gained 2 more. He's like, "Fantastic. I was able to trust you with this. Now I can trust you with far more." But the third guy comes in and he says, "Hey, I knew you were a tough guy and I didn't want to lose this. I didn't want to waste this. So I went and buried it in the ground." The master says, "You are a wicked, lazy servant. I'm going to take from you this 1 talent and I'm going to give it to the guy who now has 10. Because if you don't put what I gave you to work, I'm going to take it from you." Now, we would be really tempted, the way we see things, to be like, wow, that third servant really got a tough break. I mean, he was given the least. He was probably valued the least. He was probably trusted the least. Why is the expectation that he goes and performs at the same level and same caliber as these people who were given and trusted with far more? But there's something fascinating to this story. The story is referring to talents. And what he's talking about when he talks about talents, it's the denomination of money that they used back then. And I didn't know what a talent was. So I went and did some research. A talent is the equivalent of money that the average worker would make over the course of 20 years. Wow. So I did more research, trying to put it in our context today. In the area where I live, the median income is $66,000. Over the course of 20 years, that is $1.3 million. Now, our assumption would be that that last guy was given the least, trusted the least, valued the least. But if you were just handed $1.3 million, would you feel like you weren't trusted? Would you feel like you weren't valued? Of course not. You were just trusted with $1.3 million. Any of us would be ecstatic about that. But this guy took what he was given, and because it wasn't the same as what they were given, he went and buried it in the ground for fear that because he was maybe trusted the least, valued the least, he decided he wasn't going to take a chance. Let these guys who have been given more, trusted more, whatever, let them go out and do the hard stuff. Let them take the chances. Let them take the risks. I'm not going to waste this. I'm not going to take a chance. I love this story because the denomination of money that they use is called talents. And I think that's a perfect way to illustrate what the story is actually talking about. Because this story isn't just talking about money. It's talking about what we've been given. It's talking about our resources, our skills, our talents, our gifts, our abilities, the things that we have in our hands. And I think like the last servant, so many of us are tempted to look around and see what other people have been given. Wow, that person has been given this. That's amazing. Wow, this person over there, they've been given this. That's amazing. Let's let them do the tough stuff. Let's let them take the chances. Let's let them go out and make things happen. I haven't been given what they have, so I'm not even going to try. But I feel like what this story is talking about is that we've each been given something of significant value. Each of us have talents, gifts, skills, resources in our hands. They've been placed in our hands to put to work and do something incredible with, something different than what everybody else has been given. And we are meant to put it to work. We are meant to take what we've been given and bring something into the world that nobody else could. I think what each of us needs to understand is our value is not determined by what other people have, because we've already been given something of significant value. And what we're meant to do is to put what we've been given to work to make incredible things happen.